Welcome to day 6 of getting you booked by Fashion Week. By the end of this class, you're going to know how to be prepared as a model to book paid modeling jobs. Let's talk about it. Hello. My name is Lola Chél. I'm an internationally working, multi-agency represented full-time model, and I coach busy women just like you on how to get back into modeling and book paid modeling jobs. So if you're into that, follow for more. So excited, right? We are now getting into all the things that I'm teaching my models when I work with them one-on-one, especially if they're busy women and trying to get back into modeling. This is exactly what I teach them so that they can actually be bookable as models and book paid modeling jobs, right? And though I'm teaching you guys what I'm teaching them, how you implement it for your modeling career so that you can be guaranteed to book a paid modeling job by Fashion Week, that's something we got to do one-on-one. Okay. So if you're into that, you can always drop the word Fashion Week or DM us the word Fashion Week. We can hop on a quick sales call, see where you are, where you'd like to go, and how we can get you your next paid model job. Now, with all that out the way, let's talk about it. Disclaimer, if you have not done days 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1, you will need that to understand what I'm talking about as far as being prepared as a model. Right? Because if you don't know what type of modeling you're doing, you don't know where you're doing it, you don't know what works where you are, you don't know what your goals are as a model, you don't know why you're modeling, you don't know what your rates are, none of this is going to matter. Okay? Okay. Glad that I've got that out of the way. Let's get into it. So on day 6, what I normally teach busy women when I work with them one-on-one is their model bag. It's all the model essentials. It's the things that they need to have so that if somebody books them on a paid modeling job, even if it's that same day, they are ready to go. A lot of models, unfortunately, when I talk to you guys in the DMs, you always tell me that, well, I don't know where to find the modeling jobs and I don't know why anybody won't book me. But then when I say, oh, okay, so if you got a paid booking right now, would you be ready for it? It's always, oh, well, no, I'd have to call off of work. And I'm like, yeah, but even if you call off of work, is your model bag packed? Do you have all the things that you need to go to a GoSee, to go to an agency, to go to a paid job, to get any type of money or any type of motion in your modeling career? And 9.5 times out of 10, the answer is no. You have the idea of what you think you need, but it's not packed. It's not easily grab and goable, and it shows. Okay. A lot of times what I end up seeing is a lot of models, unfortunately, you guys are waiting until you get the booking to get ready. You're waiting until you get the booking to get ready instead of being ready so that when the bookings come, you can just take them. Right. And I'm going to give you guys a really good example. Really great example. Earlier this week, I got a same day model booking. Same day. Woke up, did my morning routine. By 8 a.m., I had a client on my phone saying, hey, we had a last minute cancellation. Are you available for this paid modeling job an hour away from you? You know what I said? Yes. Surprise, surprise. Why was I able to book a last minute same day modeling job? Why was I able to stop my day, reorganize it, and in an hour and 15 minutes be in a whole different county with my makeup done, my hair done, and every single thing that I needed for that job? Why was I able to get a same day booking and actually book it? It's because I had my essentials and I had a packed modeling bag. Hello? Every single busy woman that I work with, she has the ultimate cheat sheet. It's like a quick, 10-page PDF. It lists all the essentials. There's a quiz at the end so that she understands exactly what she needs and why. And more importantly, we have links to everything. So they can actually see, they have an itemized list of what they should have available and accessible to them as a model at all times. And from that list, they're able to see what they have, what they don't have, what they need to get, what they can, kind of wait to get, what makes sense for their niche. Because there are some things that every single model needs, but female models might need more than male models. There are certain things that every model might need, but if you only do runway, you might need more heels than a parts model. Do you understand what I'm saying? But if you don't know what type of modeling you do, if you don't know what actually works for you are, if you don't know why you're modeling or what your goals are, you'll just have a general bag that, it's cool to have a generally packed model bag, but you want it to be specific with what you actually do. The reason my model bag, I didn't need to have heels for this particular job is because it was lifestyle. I just needed a couple flats, my undergarments, my makeup bag for touch-ups, a couple of things for like hygiene, hair, things like that, and my model basics. And I was able to show up and be perfectly prepared without having to overthink if I forgot something or if there was something that I needed that wasn't already packed. Like, I was prepared because I knew what I did well, why I was being booked, and what I was actually going to be booked for. And so I didn't have to bring out a suitcase. I could just get a duffel bag, right? I understood that this was not going to be a 12-hour fashion show where I needed to have, 5 different pairs of heels, 3 different types of underwear, 2.5 different types of bra, pasty. I knew what type of job it was, so I was able to have the essentials that I needed for that particular job. Do you understand what I'm saying? Instead of having a suitcase that I have to now lug around that has all the things I don't need for this job, because I know what the model essentials are for me, because I have an itemized list of what I need and what works for the type of work that I do, I am able to always be prepared when I am booked. And this is not something that's hypothetical. I literally did this 2 days ago. I literally was able to wake up, have a client reach out to me, right? Know what I do well, know why they should work with me, have paid the rate was double because it was last minute. So I'm getting paid double the amount as the original booking. They were able to contact me. I was able to get back in touch with them and be ready to go because of my model bag, because I had my essentials, because I understood these basic elements. And a lot of models, unfortunately, this is why I coach models one-on-one. A lot of models are waiting until the job comes, and then the job comes and goes, and you're not ready for it. And you're not ready for it because, again, you skip day 1 of knowing why you're modeling. You skip day 2 of understanding what your goals are. You skip day 3 of understanding what your modeling niches are. You skip day 4 of understanding what works well, where you're located, and what already wants to pay you. You skip day 5, so you don't have any rates. So if somebody does reach out to you, they don't even know how much to pay you, right? You skipped all the other days that literally set you up for a payable modeling career. And then even if by some miracle somebody finds you and wants to book you, you can't be booked because you don't have those first 5 elements, and you have no idea what you need to show up to be prepared as a paid professional model. And just to check the temperature, if I booked you for a modeling job right now, be honest, right now, and you had to be there in the next hour, it's paid. If you had to be there in the next hour, could you show up with a packed model bag and be ready to perform as a model? Yes or no? Tell me in the chat if you guys are watching live or on the replay. Be honest. You don't got a lot of me, Craig. Okay? I joke with my models all the time. If I close down this university today, I still have a full-time internationally working paid modeling career. I still have checks that are coming in. I still have checks that I'm going to get. I still have paid bookings coming up. I still have bookings that are paying me from the past. So if I close down this modeling university today, I still have a full-time career. You may never. And so the reason I'm asking you guys, if right now I booked you for a paid modeling job, I just tapped you on the shoulder. I was like, hey, I have a paid job for you. Can you be there in an hour? Could you actively show up there prepared and ready to perform as a model? Yes or no? It's a real question. A lot of you guys love to complain that you just don't know where the paid modeling jobs are. You just don't know how to book them. But even if a job was available to you, you wouldn't know how to show up prepared. You're waiting for somebody to deem you worthy. You're waiting for somebody to tap you on the shoulder and say, yeah, you can do this. The clients don't care. The clients are looking for people who know they can do this and who are ready to do this. If you are not that person, they're going to look at the person who is. They're going to find the model who's prepared. They're going to find the model who's able to be bookable. They're going to find the model that they can pay easily and not have to worry about a thing or two. You understand what I'm saying? And if you know right now you want to be that model, but you're not that model, no worries. Drop the word Fashion Week. Let's hop on a one-on-one sales call. Let's put together your one-on-one coaching strategy so that you can not only be bookable, but you can be a prepared professional that deserves to be paid as a model. It's really that simple. This is day 6 of the challenge. I've been on here less than 10 minutes, and I'm giving you guys more insight into the industry than probably many people who are actively working actually ever will. I'm literally giving you guys the exact concepts that I'm teaching my models that I work with one-on-one, that I teach busy women that get back into modeling. I'm teaching this to you so you guys can see, not only is it not difficult, it's really simple. It's really simple when you actually know what to do. And when you add all these little steps together, that's how you get to the paid modeling jobs, and not just finding them, but booking them. That's how you get to a space where the jobs can come to you, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you get to the place where you're actually bookable. It gets to be that simple, guys. Hi to everybody who's joining live. Okay, I see a couple questions in the chat. For everybody here, your homework, right? Your homework for today is to send me a picture of your packed modeling bag. You can put it in the comments of the replay. You can DM it to us, but I want you guys to have packed model bags. Okay, you've got to do the research to figure out what you should have in your model bag based on your location, your look, your goals, your why, and your rates. You'll have to figure that out. If you don't want to figure it out on your own, again, you can always do one-on-one coaching with me. I'll give you the cheat sheet. We'll pack it together, and you'll be on your way to not just having a packed model bag, but being prepared for growing your portfolio, growing your network, growing your paid modeling jobs, growing representation, and more. Okay. So I did all that in less than 10 minutes because it really is that simple. Shout out to Rimachan Kawai. Hi, my dear. So you stated, I've always wanted to enter the industry. I did lots of castings, but still I'm not receiving what I want. So fun fact. And this is just a bonus, because I wasn't expecting to do a little Q&A, but I'm down for it, right? There's a little bonus for you. If you've always wanted to enter the industry, there's no better time than now. This is the most age inclusive, size inclusive, height inclusive, location inclusive, representation with or without inclusive. This is the most inclusive time of the modeling industry model. So if you want to work for free, it's by choice, not by force. The reason a lot of people say they want to enter the industry is, and this might not be you, my dear, might not be you, but a lot of the models, I've had this university for over 6 years. I've coached over 1,000 models. Many people who are waiting to get into the industry are really just waiting on an industry professional or an agency or a scout to just find them and then develop them into a supermodel. A lot of people who are waiting to get into the industry are trying to do it like America's Next Top Model. Instead of sitting down, taking 30 minutes a day, and figuring out what works for them as they are and where they are, showing people what they do well and why they should work with them, and then going out there and actually putting in the reps to applying to jobs and booking it. Even if you don't have an agency, even if you don't live where you want to live, even if you've got a long day job and you got family things, like a lot of people who tell me they want to enter into the industry are waiting for somebody else to make that possible for them instead of doing it themselves. The reason I'm even doing this challenge is to show you guys how in less than 30 minutes a day, I take busy women who are mothers, women who are doing their dissertations in college, women who are working a day job, women who are in small markets, women who are waiting on an agency, women who are older, women who have full-figured bodies, women who have a lot on their plate and still want to model. Those are the people that I help to develop their space in the industry without waiting for permission. So when you say to me that, I always want to enter into the industry, I'm always going to be like, well, why aren't you? I literally have, this is day 6 of the challenge. I have 5 days that will give you a crash course into what you actually do to enter into the industry on your own terms. Stop waiting for somebody else to deem you worthy enough to start. And like I tell so many people, starting is free. If you want to guarantee that you get paid, by all means, we can work together. One-on-one coaching, I'm a fan. But you can always get started for free. There is no reason for you to keep wanting to enter into the industry instead of just doing it. And if you're doing lots of castings, this is the part 2. If you're doing lots of castings, but they are not for the type of work that fits you in this industry, you'll always do a lot of castings and you'll never get casted. Or you get casted, but they never want to pay you. Or you don't hear anything back. So you're spending all this time, all this money, all this energy for exposure and having nothing to show for it. If you skip over the fundamental things that make you a bookable model, you will keep doing the end result things that you think is going to give you the results. And then when it never does, you're going to think modeling isn't for you, when simply you didn't do the upfront work of figuring out, why do you even want to model? You didn't figure out what type of modeling you should be doing. You didn't set any goals. You didn't actually figure out what works in your area. You didn't set any rates, right? You didn't actually become prepared as a model. You don't actually have a packed model bag, right? You don't actually have any of the fundamental things, but you're at the end of the road saying, oh yeah, I'm just showing up to castings. Well, does this casting even fit you? Is this a client who actually fits what you do well and why they should work with you? Like, is this even a space where you can even show them that you're the right fit for them? Instead of just trying to figure out, where are the modeling jobs? Instead of just trying to figure out, just tell me where the jobs are, I'm going to apply to them. If you actually took the next 2 weeks, like I do with the models that I coach one-on-one and the busy women I coach one-on-one, if you actually took up the challenge that they do one-on-one with me Instead of just showing up to castings, you would actually be able to identify why you're modeling, what your goals are. You'd actually be able to understand what you do well niche wise, what's going to pay you in your market. You'd be able to set some rates. You'd be able to have not only your packed model bag, but your digitals, a full out portfolio, a social media presence that can get you paid simply, a network of people who understand what you do well and why they should work with you. And then when you find paid jobs, you are a shoe-in and fully aligned and the obvious choice. So instead of just going to castings and being upset that, you're still not receiving what you want, maybe take the time to do the actual groundwork that pays off once you get to the castings. You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. I'm a model coach, but I'm not your model coach yet. If you ever want to change that, you can drop the word Fashion Week and join the challenge of everybody else who is getting their first paid or next paid model booking by Fashion Week. Okay, I know I skipped over a lot of conversations in here. 1 second. Okay, so hi to everybody who, again, is joining live. You guys are awesome. I thank you guys so much for joining me for today's challenge. This is day 6. Again, your homework, as I said before, I got to a little Q&A. Your homework is absolutely to send me a DM with your packed model bag. Okay, you'll have to do the research to figure out what you should have in your bag based on your modeling niche and model market. But I have faith in you that you guys can do it. If you need to borrow some faith and make sure that you're actually taking the next best steps for you, and you're not just doing this and hoping that it's right, if you want to guarantee that what you're doing currently is setting you up for your next paid model job and will get you your next paid modeling job, by all means, drop the word Fashion Week below. We can hop on a one-on-one sales call and make that dream into a reality. Okay? That is everything. That's everything for day 6 of this challenge. I cannot wait to see you guys back here for day 7. It's going to be a doozy. In the meantime, go back and watch days 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You are going to need them when we start to move forward into none other than your model digitals. Okay? All right, guys. I'll talk to you on the next one.